Greetings, Maker Faire. I am Doug Tucker, KD9PQI. I recently earned my amateur radio license, and I've had a lot of fun making contacts with other people. I originally wanted to get it for emergency preparedness in the event that there's a natural disaster or the cell towers go down. I'd still be able to communicate with other people. And what I quickly learned is that this is a fun hobby, a good way to meet others, and a great way to build fun stuff to improve the way the radios work. This is my first radio, this little handy talkie. It'll go a few miles, but what I found out is if I build a bigger antenna and put it up taller off the ground, I can reach 10 to 20 miles with the same radio. I recently did that with a scout group where we communicated about 20 miles away and had a really good signal. So I'm going to show you how to do that today with some basic household materials. What I'm going to use is some copper wire. I've got some screws and a piece of wood to hold it all together. And then the coax that I'm going to use to connect this just has some quick little ring connectors. So I'll start putting this together with the ring connectors. The coax is separated, so of the two wires, I just have one wire going to each terminal. And you can make this out of wood or PVC, any other materials. Some people use PVC because it's going to be a little bit more weather resistant. And this is actually two antennas. I've measured this about 19 inches for one frequency, and the shorter leg is about 7 inches for another frequency. And I'm going to tighten these down. And as you can see, there's really nothing too complicated about this. You just have to have the wire the right length. Copper works pretty well, but other wires work. I've even used a coat hanger. Now to get this off the ground, I'm going to use this little pole right here. And I can raise this up. You can have this go as high as you want to. Any height above the ground is going to help. Now that we have our antenna built, I'm going to connect it onto here. I have a coax connector that goes right onto this radio. And the nice thing about these radios is you can hook different antennas on, just need the right connectors onto the coax. And we're ready to make a contact. CQ, 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 KD9PQI.
KD9PQI, this is KD9WEW.
Hello, I'm just testing out a new antenna that I just built. How do I sound?
Hey, your signals are 5.9. It sounds good.
Excellent. I'm making a video for the Maker Faire showing how easy it is to build a portable antenna.
That sounds really interesting. I hope others are encouraged to explore ham radio and all that it has to offer. I'll let you get back to your demonstration. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. KD9WEW.
All right, thanks for the contact. Enjoy your day. KD9WEW, KD9PQI. Clear. Well, there you have it, folks. With some scrap metal, little pieces of equipment you might have around your house, you can make a radio like this much more powerful and reach further distances. Well, I hope this has inspired you to learn more about amateur radio, knowing that your next contact might be across town or around the world. Well, stay tuned. My friend Dave, K9AT, is going to show you how to use a little radio like this to communicate all around the world.
Hello, David Holmgren, K9AT here. Just wanted to put together a little video about a topic for ham radio that might be of interest to the Makers Faire. Actually, with ham radio, most people identify ham radio with talking long distances. And the little secret is that you have to have propagation. And propagation is a result of the sunspot cycle, which peaks every 11 years and then goes to a lull at 5.5 years. So what do you do in the meantime when it's at its lull and you still want to talk to people around the world? Well, there are options for that. And those options are using the digital modes. And there's various digital modes out there, which I really won't cover for this video, but they're pretty cool. D-Star, System Fusion, DMR, and P25. Those are digital options which will let you connect a local station on VHF and UHF to someone else around the world. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. But I've lately become interested in a new method which is called AllStar. And what's nice about AllStar is that it's actually an analog signal, which has analog characteristics. So there's no digital compression, which some people find a little hard to understand. But analog is always great. It sounds good. And what's neat about it is it's analog that can be transported through the internet and be heard anywhere around the world. Now, AllStar is something that loads up on a Raspberry Pi, which I'll show you in a quick video here. And once it's configured, and it's free software, and if you've got the compatible radio, you can get going right away and connect up to other nodes, as they're called, in the AllStar network. So without further ado, let me just kind of show you what it looks like when it's running. This is actually a Raspberry Pi. As you can tell, it's got the Raspberry Pi. It's got all the connectors on it. And I know these are very popular in the Maker's Faire. And but this one's kind of a unique Raspberry Pi. It actually has its built-in radio frequency deck. So this is the part that transmits. That's the little antenna. And this can be run either with a Cat5 cable hooked up to it, or you can be Wi-Fi. So this is just one method. And this is a low-power Raspberry Pi that you can access and talk with one of these types of radios, which is an HT. And so what I'll do is I'll just transmit real quick, and you'll hear it beep and come back here. Now, there are other types of AllStar connections. This is I guess you could call it a high power solution. It can go up to whatever the power capability of the radio is. And in this case, this is a Lenco. It'll go 50 watts. And you can see hiding back there behind my desk is another Raspberry Pi. And that one will connect up to a radio as well. So this one will cover around the neighborhood or even around town, depending upon how much power you want to run this transceiver at. So how do you get started with AllStar besides this Raspberry Pi stuff? Well, what you have to do is you have to go to the AllStar website and register. And once you're registered, you can get a node. And then once you get registered, you can actually go in and take a look at the list. And on the list, this is where all the other nodes are displayed. Okay, so let's take a look at that hotspot node that I've got set on the desk that we just looked at. And that's it. It's 52649. And so when I click on that, it'll say that there's no connections. Well, let's connect up to something. Okay, the nice thing about this Raspberry Pi that runs next to me here is you can use an app on your phone, whether it's Android or Apple, and you can connect up to wherever you want to go. So I did that with the app, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the bubble chart and watch what happens. And what it does is it shows all the interconnections to everything around the world. And so I am in here, I think right here, double check. Yeah, there we go. That's me right there. And so this is pretty much where everybody's. And so if I click back out, you can kind of see what's going on here. And so this is kind of an idea of where everything is going and where you're connected. This is a gigantic room. It's called the East Coast Reflector. And all rooms aren't this big. You can create a little room just with your local friends or people that you want to connect up to in various states or countries around the world. Now, just as an example here, I'm going to make a video of me talking to the East Coast Reflector. And so all I have to do is grab my HT that we connected up with and give a call. This is K9AT listening on the East Coast Reflector. Is anybody on frequency?
B4FXS Mobile in Lake County.
Hi, thanks for coming back to me. I'm making a short little video for the Maker's Faire up here in Lake County, Illinois.
Florida. I'm near Sorrento, Florida. Over.
Okay, very good, very good. My QTH, by the way, is Ingleside, Illinois, part of the chain of lakes in northern Illinois and Lake County. Go ahead.
Sorry about the signal. I'm kind of a long ways out from Leesburg. This is WB4FXS Mobile.
Okay, yeah, hey, no problem. Hey, 7-3, sir. Have a nice day. K9AT. So there you go. There's a good example of an AllStar connection. We talked to somebody down in Florida, and I was just using a little HT, and we made it work. Obviously, the transport in between is the internet. And on his end, he was in a mobile, driving down the road, going into a repeater with another AllStar connection. So that's what's pretty neat. It's a lot of fun. It's just one example of one of the many facets of ham radio, which is a fascinating hobby that I encourage you to get started in. It's something you can do whether you're young or old, and it's a great, great hobby, and you learn a lot. 7-3 from K9AT.